Hello students, today we discuss the remaining part of the stellar evolution theory. In previous video, I already started the stellar evolution theory. So stele is nothing but the central core axis of the plant. So this stele is mostly made up by the endodermis, pericycle and vascular elements. This theory was proposed by 1866 by the scientists Van Tegema and Dioli. So according to this theory, the stellar evolutions are 4 stages. First one is the primitive stele. In primitive stele, which is also called as the protostele, in that the vascular elements are present at the center. So in previous video, we discussed the 4 types of protostele, that is haplostele, actinostele, plectostele and mixed stele. In haplosteles, the xylem is present at the center, which is surrounded by the phloem, and in this main feature is the xylem is in circular. In actinostele, the main feature is the xylem is in star shape, and the remaining characters will be same like xylem present at the center, which is surrounded by the phloem. Then in the plectosteles, the main characters of the plectostele is the xylem is plate shaped and the xylem surrounded by the phloem. Then fourth type of the protostele, that is mixed stele. In mixed steles, the xylem is in spherical shapes and which is present at the center, which is surrounded by the phloem. So in previous video we discussed about the protostele. Today we discuss the remaining parts of the remaining types of the stellar evolutions. The next type is the advanced stele, which is also called as the siphonostele. The main characters of the siphonostele is the pith is present at the center. Protostele में as you discussed that the xylem is in center and which is surrounded by the phloem. But the main difference in between siphonostele is at the center pith is present. So this siphonostele is again divided into 2 types, ectophobic and amphiphobic. The example of the ectophobic is the Osmunda stele. So we discuss about the ectonopholic stele. So it is the types of siphonostele and it is advanced stele. In that the pith is present at the center. You see the figure of this ectopholic. In that the outer layer is endodermis, which is uniseriate, which is followed by the pericycle. It is again uniseriate. Then after the pericycle, phloem is present. Then xylem is present, and at the center pith is present. So in that the pith is at center, then xylem layer, and xylem layer is surrounded by the phloem. The phloem is the outsides of the xylem. That's why the name given as the ectopholy. So this is about the ectopholy. Then second type of the siphonostele is the amphiploic. Amphiploic stele, in that you just see the figure. In that outer layer is the outer epidermis, then outer pericycles, then which is followed by the phloem, then inner sides of the phloem is the xylem is there, then inner phloem, then inner endodermis and inner pericycle, and at the center there is the pith. So in that what you differentiate. So this is the advanced stele, which is also called siphonostele, and pith is at center. This is the same character, but the difference is that It has outer epidermis, outer pericycles, outer phloem, outer xylem, then inner phloem, endodermis, inner pericycles, and P. So in that the xylem, which is surrounded by the phloem on the both sides. Therefore, these types gave the name amphiphloic. Amphi, in that the xylem which is surrounded by the phloem in both sides. That's why it is the amphiphloic. You have to see the figure. In that, at the xylem which is followed by the outer which is at the outside, outer phloem is present, and at the inner side, inner phloem is there. So this is the difference in between the ectoploic and amphiphloic stele. This is the two types of the siphonostele. Then again we come to the different types of these stele. In that you have to see the third type is the more advanced stele, and more advanced stele which is also called as Solenos. In Solenos, what's happened? The vascular elements are broken into small parts with the teeth. In that, this Solenos is differentiated into two types, dictyostele and eustele. Dictyostele का example है fern rachis and eustele का example है sunflower. So in this type Solenostele, the vascular elements are broken with teeth region. So let's discuss that. So this is the dictyostele. See the figure. I just enlarged it. So outer layer is the endodermis, which is followed by the pericycle. Both are the unicellular. Then in that the protoxylem, xylem and metaxylem is there. So the main characters of the Solenostele or the dictyostele is the horseshoe shape. You have to see the middle structure. In that you see the horseshoe shape यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है. So this is the main features of the dictyostele. So in each dictyostele the 4 to 5 meristele. यहाँ पे आपको जैसे एक दिख रहा है उसी तरह यदि हम if we take the whole section, in whole section you have observed same 4 to 5 structures. So each structure is known as the meristele, and each meristele having the own endodermis, pericycles and vascular elements. In that the xylem is at the center and surrounded by the phloem. Hence these vascular bundles is known as the concentric and hydrocentric. So this is the main characters of the dictyostele. Dictyostele having 4 to 5 meristele, and each meristele has its own endodermis, pericycles and vascular elements. In that the xylem present at the center, which is surrounded by the phloem. That's why these vascular bundles is called as concentric and hydrocentric. The second type of the Solenostele is the eustele. In the eustele, you have first of all see the outline. In that the outer layer endodermis, which is followed by pericycle. In that the many numbers of the vascular bundles. In that at the outer side xylem is present, and at the inner side phloem is present. So and the right hand figure is the cellular representations. In that if we take the one sections of that whole TS, then this type of structure you have to see. Outer layer is the endodermis, then hard blast, phloem region is there, then phloem is followed by the cambium, then there is the xylems are present, and these protoxylems are present towards the inner sides and metaxylem towards the outer sides, and at the center pith is present. So again, this stele is the types of Solenos stele, and it is more advanced stele. In that, the vascular elements are broken into the small parts, and each part is called the vascular bundle. So the pith is present at the center. The vascular bundles are arranged in the definite rings. You have to see the outline of this figure. Then in that, the xylem and phloem arranged in conjunct and collateral. Conjunct and collateral, that means the xylem and phloem are arranged in the one radius or one plane, and the xylem towards the outside, phloem towards the inner side. This term, for this character, the term used as a conjunct collateral. Then in that, you have to observe the cambium ring is present between the xylem and phloem. यहाँ पे आपको फिगर में एक लाइन दिख रही है, that is the cambium which is present between the xylem and phloem. That's why the term used as the open. If they are absent, then if the cambium is present, then it is called as conjunct collateral open. If the cambium is absent, then called conjunct collateral closed. तो यहाँ पे cambium present है, that's why the term used as a open. Then xylem arrangement is the endarch. Endarch, that means it is regarding to the protoxylems and metaxylem. So protoxylem is the first stage of the xylem development, and then metaxylem development. So in these stele, the endarch condition is observed. That means the protoxylem is towards the inner sides and metaxylem towards the outer side. So development is from inner sides to the outside. That's why the term used as a endarch condition. So this is the whole characters of the stele. In that, main or important characters that are the vascular elements broken into small parts, each called as vascular bundle. Then pith is also there, which is at the center. Then these vascular elements arranged in a definite rings. Then xylem and phloems are conjunct collateral opens. That means they are arranging in the one plane, and cambium present between the xylem and phloem. Then endarch condition, that means the protoxylem towards inner sides and metaxylem towards the outer sides. Then again we move to the first stellar evolutionary theory. The last part of the stellar evolution theory is the most advanced theory. The most advanced stele, which is also called as the atectostele. In the atectostele, the scattered vascular bundles are observed, and in that there is the no distinct pith region at the center. The example of the atectostele is the maize stem. So you see in the last figure in the atectostele, its example is the maize plant. So first of all, you see in the outline. So left side figure is the outline figure. In that, outer layer is epidermis, then there is the hypodermis region. Hypodermis region is followed by the ground tissue, and in that the vascular bundles are in the scattered position. The right hand figure is the cellular representation. In that, the one part of that section will be focused. So in that you have to observe the vascular bundles, which is having the bundle sheath. In that the phloem region is there at the upper side, then which is followed by the xylem, then metaxylem and protoxylem, and some cavities are there. So this is the type of atectostele, which is most advanced stele. In that the vascular elements are broken into the small groups, and they are each vascular element in that called as the vascular bundles. In that stele there is the no endodermis, no pericycles. In that additionally in this atectostele, in the vascular bundles, these vascular bundles having the bundle sheath. Also, next character is about the vascular bundles. So vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral and closed. I already told conjoined collateral, that means they are arranged, xylem and phloem arranged in one plane, xylem present towards the outside, phloem present towards the inner sides, and in that if the cambium is absent, that's why the term used closed. If cambium present, then it is called as open. So in the atectostele the cambium is absent, that's why the term used conjoined, collateral, closed. Then the next character is xylem arrangement. So in that the xylem arrangement is in Y shape. So you see in the figure, the xylems are arranged in Y shape. So this is about the atectostele, which is most advanced types of the stele. I hope all of you are should understand these 4 types of evolutionary theory. In that first one is the protostele, then second type is the advanced stele, then third type is the more advanced stele, and fourth one is the most advanced stele. The first advanced stele, which is also called as primitive stele, which is also called as the protostele. Then second type is the advanced stele, which is also called as the siphonostele. Then third type is the more advanced stele, which is called as Solenos stele, and most advanced stele, which is called as atectostele.